Today, let's talk about molecules. As we know, there are three types of bonds. One is metallic bonds, which usually happens in alloy. One is ionic bonds, which is just a situation where positive cations are attracted to negative anions. And the last type of bond is covalent bond, which happens when electrons are shared between atoms and they form molecules. For metallic bonds and ionic bonds, the forces of attraction is strong and is electrostatic force. For covalent bonds, the forces of attraction is weak, intermolecular force. Both ionic bonds and covalent bonds, or both ionic bonded and covalent bonded substances normally have 4 valence shell, which is also known as the octet rule. In this example, 2 hydrogen atoms are bonded together by sharing electrons. This one shares 1 electron with this one, and this one also shares an electron with this one. And at the end of the day, they have a 4 valence shell. The maximum number of electrons the first energy level can hold up to is 2 electrons. If we use the Lewis structure, you can draw it as H 2 dots H, or H hyphen H 2 dots equals hyphen. Sometimes there are multiple covalent bonds in a substance, such as 2 covalent bonds or 3 covalent bonds. And for oxygen, O2, it's a double bond. Then let me introduce you to the concept of polar and nonpolar bonds. Nonpolar bonds. One example of nonpolar bonds is O2, as seen above. Why is it nonpolar? Well, because electrons are shared equally. So the distance between the electrons to their nucleus is the same. And for nonpolar bonds, they are caused by and for polar bonds, they are caused by unequal sharing of electrons, such as in carbon monoxide. Carbon has an electron arrangement of 2,4, and oxygen has an electron arrangement of 2,6. Carbon, obviously, having only 4 electrons, needs more electrons to be shared with it to form a 4 valence shell, so it's less electronegative than oxygen. Electronegativity measures how strong the forces of attraction is between the bonding electrons and the nuclei. Electronegativity increases across a period because as the number of protons increases, the attraction between nucleus and electrons becomes stronger. And upper group, it's as the electrons become close, as the energy level decreases, the electrons become closer to the nuclei, so the attraction becomes greater. And because bonding electrons are put closer to one atom, the atom will be slightly negatively charged, represented by this symbol delta negative. Similarly, because bonding electrons are put further away from one atom, that atom will be slightly positively charged, represented by delta positive. And ionic bonds is actually a special situation of covalent bonds, except of course I know the electrons aren't shared, but it's just a situation. Ionic bonds is just a situation where the electron negativity is so huge that all the electrons that are supposed to be shared are put close to one atom. And such ionic bonds occur without sharing electrons.